Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're doing well. And have you ever got to the end of a game, you just completed it, you had a grand old happy time, and then you start thinking, man, what is the next game I'm gonna play? Are you gonna play one of the millions of games that it's in your backlog? No, probably not. You're probably not gonna do that. So you end up scrolling on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere you consume content online. You're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling, and you're like, whoa, what game is that? I've seen this game. I've heard people talk about this game a bunch of times. Maybe it's my time. Maybe I should start playing this game. And then you look into it and you're like, wow, this is a game that's been running for 40 years that I've never owned or never played, and maybe I want to get into it. That's what this video is about. This video is about jumping into long-running game franchises that you've never played. If you're interested in this type of content, I do videos like this all the time where I discuss my thoughts and opinions on gaming. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let's get into it. And to give you a little backstory on the games that I grew up playing, I started really gaming where I was really starting to choose the games and pick the games that I really wanted to play was during like the end of the PS2 and the start of the PS3 generation. So I was mainly gaming a lot where I had my own opinions and started forming my own opinions during that era. So during that time, what games were popular? You had Call of Duty 4, you had games like Halo, you had games like Assassin's Creed. A lot of these games that got really big during that generation. So during that time, I was so entrenched in playing games like that that I really missed out on a lot of long-running series at the time. So I never really got to play like the Mega Mans, the Castlevanias, the Final Fantasies, the Legend of Zeldas. Like I saw them, but I never actually played them. So my gaming diet, like I would like to say, was really not that diverse. Once I got a little bit older, I was like, maybe I should start trying to try out some of these long-running franchises. Maybe I should start playing some of them so I can start like diversifying my gaming diet a little bit. And once I started doing that, I started going down these rabbit holes of like, okay, what's the first game I should play? Where should I go to get these games? What console should I play them on? If I want to play this game, do I need to play it on original hardware? Is there a collection for these games? So sometimes when you get into these long-running franchises, it's kind of hard to choose where you want to start off at. Like look at games like Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda. All these games are self-contained stories, but you don't know that from the start. You just see, oh wow, Final Fantasy 16 just came out. Do I need to play Final Fantasy 1 to 15 to understand the story? And I know like a little bit of research, you'll figure that out real quick, but it's just one hurdle of just like, oh, maybe I don't want to jump into that series. So that's just one hurdle. And I know if I'm running into this problem, I know a lot of other people are running into problems like this too, where they just see the number at the end of the game and you're like, man, that game has been running for so long that maybe I'm not well equipped to get into it, right? And with some of these games being such long running franchises, it's great because you have so many games to choose from and there's so much content you can actually play, right? So it's like now you have an endless pit of games to play. But then you go into the dark side of it. You get into what game should I start with first? And then you start looking online, you start seeing some of the fan base, and some of the fan base is like, oh, this one's the best one, or that one's the best one. Don't play these ones because they suck. And one of the games that made me want to make this video was Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 was a game that I found online, just like scrolling and looking online and seeing like long plays. I'm like, man, this game looks sick. I've never played a Mega Man game. I've heard a bunch about them and I know who Mega Man is. I've just never actually played them, right? So I'm just like a window shopper, someone who's just like looking from the outside in. I'm like, maybe it's my time to play a Mega Man. Mega Man 8 looks cool. I have a PS1. Let me go ahead and buy a copy of Mega Man and play it. I went ahead and played it and I'm like, wow, this game was fun. There's a few times during it where I'm like, what the hell is going on? There's a part where you're on like a snowboard and there's like jump, jump, slide, slide. And it's like the worst part of the game.
Slide, slide, jump, 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 slide, slide, jump, jump.
But other than that, I'm like, I thought it was a pretty okay game. And then you go online, I went online afterwards and I saw everyone talking about how like it's the worst Mega Man game ever, or they didn't like it because it's not like the original version of Mega Man, which is fine. Everyone has the right to their own opinion, but you would think that it was the worst game ever because of like the discourse online. And you see this a lot. Fans really enjoy their game, right? They enjoy the game when they first started playing it, right? So if you were playing Mega Man during like Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, like on the NES, you would have strong opinions on Mega Man. And if you played Mega Man 8, you're like, well, this isn't what I want to play because I didn't grow up playing these Mega Mans, or these weren't the versions that I played, and this one's so vastly different, right? But sometimes that can turn people off from getting into long-running franchises because there's just so much loud noise about certain games, and then maybe you like the one that everyone hates, which is fine. You can like the game that everyone hates. It doesn't really matter. It's all about your enjoyment at the end of the day. But it's just funny seeing how like sometimes fan bases can turn you off from certain games. And another game series that I've recently got into was the Final Fantasy series. And last year I played Final Fantasy 13, and yeah, the game has flaws and it has some like negatives to it, but I didn't think it was the worst game ever. I understand if you're comparing Final Fantasy 13 to Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 10, like, yeah, it might not live up to the heights of those games, but it's not a horrible game. It has some cool concepts and the battle mechanics are really cool, but you would think that like it's the end of the series, it's the downfall of everything because of that game. And it's just funny, like I had a good time with it. And let me know down in the comments if Mega Man 8 and Final Fantasy 13 really do deserve all the hate that they get. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions on those games. I would love to hear it. It's funny looking at some of these long-running series. Since they've been around for so long, a lot of the developers have come and gone. A lot of directors or art designers and stuff like that have come and gone. And so the game series have changed directions so many times. And also on top of that, these games have been out for so long that people are getting into these series at different times, right? Like I didn't get into Final Fantasy until 5 years ago, right? So like in most people's eyes, I got into Final Fantasy like after its peak, and like there's hasn't been a good Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy 10 in some people's eyes, right? So it's like it's funny that people get into series at different times and have different perspectives on games. So even time for like the player themselves, like someone like me, I have a different perspective on Final Fantasy 13 because I wasn't there day one. I didn't have this vast knowledge about Final Fantasy before I played it. So I just went into it like pretty ignorant, and I had a good time with it. So it's just funny seeing the difference of how people talk about games and how time can change your perspective on games. And I don't only want to talk negatively about like fan bases or other people. I've partaked in this too. Like I said earlier in this video, I was really into Call of Duty. I felt like I was Mr. Call of Duty, right? Like I played Modern Warfare 1 or MW2, Black Ops 2. Like I played all those games religiously. I'm telling you, I was Master Prestige or Max Prestige in all these games all the way up to like maybe like Black Ops 4. I think I kind of stopped playing. And if anybody asks me my opinion on certain games, I'm like, nope, this is the best one. If you want to play multiplayer, you need to play Infinity Ward Call of Duty. Like that's the best multiplayer, right? So I understand. Or for me, like I really enjoyed Zombies, and that was like my game, and I would play Zombies all the time, right? So I would die on the hill of this like, oh, Call of Duty Ghost has Extinction. Oh, that mode sucks. Who cares about Extinction mode? It's all about like Treyarch Zombies. Like I said earlier, fans, like we're very passionate about the games that we play, and it can kind of turn people off from playing games because some of the times the fan base can be so hardcore on their thoughts and opinions on games. And with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. The main thing I'm trying to say here is if you really want to get into one of these long-running franchises, just jump in, right? I know it can be overwhelming. I know there can be 40 games in a franchise, right? And you're like, where do I start from? Just pick one and start. If you like the graphics of one, just pick it. Or you see online that the story of number 10 of this game is really good, just jump into that one, right? And just go ahead and explore. I mean, that's the best part about gaming. There's just so many options to play these games, and just jump in and play. It's better than standing on the sideline and not playing anything at all. And who knows, maybe you'll find your next favorite game. Let me know down in the comments if you've struggled with this, if you've had issues jumping into long-running franchises. I know if I'm struggling with it, maybe there are people out there also. And if you made it this far in the video, thanks for stopping by. I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like and a subscribe. And to all my new subscribers, thanks for hanging around. Thanks for showing all the support on all my previous videos. It's been really great seeing all the interactions that we've been having in the comments, and I love reading your comments and responding. It's just been a fun time, and yeah, I'll have more videos like this coming up, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.